Okay, so tonight I'm going to be talking about what to do when you have a meeting planner who emails you back or contacts you and tells you, we want you to come and speak, but we don't have any funds to pay you. There's a variety of different things that you can do to ensure a successful event and not get paid financially, but be able to be paid through leads, marketing, possibly book sales, and so forth. So I'm going to share a couple of different ideas. I've already logged into the backend content for Speaker in a Box content. And a lot of this information you're going to find on here as well. So once you log in, what you want to do is you want to click on Event Tips. Now, this just has two videos on it. I do have on here, this is more towards um, directing you as far as like if you have hecklers in your audience, wardrobe selection for your presentations, whether you're doing that in person or on Zoom. So I would encourage you to take a look, and we do upload content to the event tips page as well, just to help you give a better presentation. However, this has more to do with the marketing side of your event. Now, if they do not have the money to pay you, there's a couple of things that you need to do. I recommend picking up the phone and calling them and having a conversation. And if you're not able to do that, if they don't have their phone number listed, or maybe they're overseas, they're not, it's not a regular phone number you could call and have a regular conversation with, it would cost you additional funds. And I would recommend setting up a Zoom call at that point. And if they're not open to that, then just corresponding via email. But the first thing you want to ask them is, even though they do not have a budget, here's a good checklist to go down. Number one, ask them, are they able to cover your travel? Or a one night at the hotel, or can they give you a travel stipend to at least help cover or defray the cost of your travel? If they are able to do that, or whether they are not, still continue down this line of questioning. If they're able to do that, great. If not, okay, fine. The next thing you need to ask them is, do you have a tangible products budget? Tangible products means books, audio, CDs, DVDs, any kind of tangible, touchable product that the attendees could take away and take home. If they do, find out exactly how much that is. Now, this would be a question to ask if you have any of the following. Number one, a book that you could sell to them, or a CD, DVD, or audio product. I don't mean a downloadable one, but an actual physical product that you could bring with you or you could ship ahead of time. Um, a stuffed animal, a doll, t-shirts, other promotional products that would be of value, a journal, things of that nature. If they do, great. Find out how much that is, let them know about your book or about your audio product and say, I would really love to come and do this, but I really would require, if you have 100 people there, I would need at least 80 people buying the product. Can you, put that into your tangible budgets product or tangible products budget? The next question that you want to ask them is, and again, just keep, whether they say yes or no, you keep going down this line of questioning. You want to ask them if you are able to obtain a copy of the attendee list, an Excel spreadsheet emailed to you afterwards. If they are not able to do that, then the last question you want to ask them is, can I do a giveaway? If they ask you what you mean by a giveaway, okay, what I want you to do before you do any of this is you need to watch this video that says tips to increase your sales during your presentation. I talk about doing a giveaway and using our sample survey forms that are here. The sample survey forms are in a Microsoft Word document. It's the same ones that I use at my events. And it's basically very short and sweet. There's basically 3 or 4 questions here, and how, rating the quality of the speaker, your speech, and what other products or services are you interested in. Clearly, when you download this, you need to change Carrie's Studio to whatever your name is, and change these, what is your firm interested in or company interested in? And or what are you interested in, and then make sure that you change these options to things that you do. So for example, coaching, an emotional intelligence assessment, DISC personality assessment. all of the different things, whether they're products or services, you would want to change all of those. Just highlight and type over them. Always make sure you're getting contact information. I would leave this part alone, name, phone, and email. You want to capture as much contact information as you possibly can. But typically with the giveaway, the reason these are, if you print this out on one page, you could take it to Kinko's, to Office Max, wherever, and have several copies made. Use their paper cutter, and as you can see, there's 4 to a page, so you can just cut, you get 4 out of one sheet. So you can have plenty on file, you can use them for other events, but let them know that you'd like to do a giveaway, meaning, and again, I go over this in the other video, so definitely watch this, tips to increase your sales during your presentation. But basically the giveaway is going to be, all of those sheets will be handed out prior to you speaking, along with your business card, whatever other information. And in the Q&A, you're going to be telling everybody, please fill out this form, have someone else go around, pick up all of the forms, and you can get a clear plastic bowl, something that you can use, while you travel. Definitely don't use glass. But you can put it in your suitcase, have it with you, and have that person collect all the forms, throw them in there, have someone else draw one name out and do a giveaway. Now, the giveaway could be a Visa gift card. I've given those away, a $25 Visa gift card. I've given away some free books. I've given away a $500 gift card or gift certificate to our services. So you can make it however you'd like, give away something that you feel comfortable with, but also something that would be of interest and value to the audience. Tangible products are better, clearly, but if not, pick something, a gift certificate, something relating to your services. So that's a sample survey form that you can use, and you can kind of explain that to them on the phone. 9 times out of 10, when you ask them about this, they will allow you to do a giveaway because it's opt-in. The person who's filling it out is opting in to participate, so they're filling out their information of their own free will. And they're not going to run into any kind of issues about sharing content or audience content with a speaker. So that is one thing that you can do, in addition to that, to make sure that you are going to be making money. Now, where does the money come from, Carrie? I know a lot of you are probably asking yourself that right now. So basically, when you go to speak at these events and they've agreed, hey, we we can cover a little bit of your travel, so at least you have that covered, and you get there, they're letting you do a giveaway. Great. So you have the giveaway all ready to go. You've done your presentation, you've blown it out of the water. They're filling out their feedback forms, and someone's collecting those up. You're doing your Q&A, and you have someone else draw out a name. Susie Smith wins whatever it is you're giving away. All of those other survey cards go home with you. Now, my recommendation, treat these like it's a check that needs to be deposited into your bank account. So within no more than 2 business days. So for example, if you speak on a Friday, you need to be calling those people on Tuesday at the latest. Monday would be better, but no later than Tuesday, because it's still fresh in their mind that you've spoke with them. One of the worst things people do with survey forms is they come back from these events, they're so excited, they have 100 forms or 40 forms that are filled out, and then they never pick up the phone and call. So you want to have a plan for that. So within 48 hours, pretend that that's a check that's going to go bad if you don't call those leads. Because believe me, the more time that passes, the less their interest just dwindles. They won't want to work with you or do anything because the excitement has worn off. So within 2 days, so that Tuesday, if you spoke on Friday, that Tuesday, you pick up the phone and you call all of those people. Now, if they've given you their email address, yes, that's fine if you want to put them on your email distribution list, but you need to pick up the phone and call. So for example, on mine, and if you just kind of follow along with those forms, if I've got somebody who has circled closing new clients, I'm going to call them and say, hey, thank you so much for filling out the form. Thank you for your feedback. I noticed on the form you circled closing new clients. Is there something that you're encompassing at your firm that you're having difficulty with closing new clients or doing follow-up? Tell me what's going on. So I get them talking about whatever it is that they circled. So if they're telling me, yeah, I kind of do have a little bit of difficulty, whatever, then I talk with them about about the closing clinic, about closing in slow motion, that particular product that I have, because that's perfect for them. So basically, once I'm talking with them about that, I'm like, hey, I have your email address here. I want to email you some information on this. Because you were part of this particular event, you're also, I have a discount coupon. It does expire, next week, but you can get 25% off or however much you want to give them. Give them a reason to pull the trigger early per se on your offer. So what I do is I tell them I'm gonna send this over and I'm gonna follow up in 2 days just to see if you have any questions. And like I said, this offer it is gonna expire on Friday, so it's a really good deal. Blah blah blah. And then I hang up the phone and I do the same thing with all of the other people who filled out that form. So, two things I would say with this is even if you get a copy of the list, exact same thing. They just heard you speak. The worst thing you can do is put time between the time you speak to them again to the time that they heard you speak. So again, treat this like it's a check that if you don't deposit that within 2 days, the check is void and no good anymore. So the sample survey forms you can download and edit for yourself. Tips to increasing your sales during presentation talks about the giveaway and different items that you can give away. Things that you might want to add to your feedback form. You want to keep it short and sweet. So I recommend that you do listen to this and watch this video and then download the sample survey forms and save it on your computer and edit it as you see fit and as it pertains to what you do. A couple of other things that you can do as well during the presentation is you can let people know, hey, if even if you don't fill out the survey form, but you do have some questions, you need some additional help, if you have to leave right away after the event, I'm going to be here for a little while. I'll be available to talk to you. However, if you have to leave me your business card and take one of mine. I'll make sure that I call you and follow up. So that's another thing that you can do as well. That's very successful at the larger events too, because you may not be able to do a survey if there's a couple hundred people in the room. That might be a little difficult. So definitely watch this video, download the sample survey forms. The other thing that you can also do, creating an email and phone campaign has some scripts in there too that you can, take a look at because again, you want to have a script when you call people to follow up with these sample survey forms. Have a process in place. It's very, very, very important. So make sure that you're doing that. But keep in mind too, even if you have an event that they come back to you and they're like, hey, uh, we can't pay you, or if this is a good rule of thumb, but make sure that you're calling them. If you have to email them, fine, but if not, make sure that you're calling. If you don't see an email or a phone number in the email signature, ask them, it might be easier if we chatted for a moment. Can I give you a quick call and get their phone number? But again, if you have to deal with that by email, fine, but it's going to go better if you have a phone call, a phone conversation about that. The other thing too, if you do get rejection letters back, this is a nice thing to do too. Normally, what I like to do is I will get my rejection email and I will just, basically let them know, hey, I would love to reapply next year. Just out of curiosity, do you have any other opportunities or virtual opportunities that I could partake in or that you would suggest? You can always ask for feedback. Now, 9 times out of 10, those rejection emails are blasted out. So there's not going to be there, it might be a no reply type email, or it may be somebody that, it just goes into an inbox that no one ever checks. But that's another thing you can kind of do just to kind of expand your efforts with rejection emails. But this is more for people who want you to come to speak, but they just don't have that budget to pay. So your best bet, you want to collect contact information. And then one last other thing that you can ask them to that I didn't bring up is, can you sell at the back of the room? So, for example, if they tell you they don't have a tangible products budget, would I be allowed to sell my book at the back of the room? Or would I be able to be allowed to sell it at, could I get an exhibitor's table or a tabletop at the event? That's another thing that you can do as well. But try to go down, keep that checklist in mind, and just keep asking all of those questions, regardless of whether they say yes or no, because the more you can get out of it, the better. So if they're going to give you a little money to travel and they do have a tangible budgets or tangible products budget, and they're going to buy $300 worth of books from you, okay, great, that's another $300. And they're going to let you do a giveaway as well, great. Because typically the people who are in the audience are the ones who can pay your private training fees or afford to have you come in and do a keynote at their company and pay you full price. But if you're not there, they're not going to see how great you are and what you can do. But just make sure if you get a list or when you do these sample survey forms, no more than 48 hours after that event, meaning 48 hours, meaning 2 business days. So again, if you speak on a Friday, no later than Tuesday. If you speak on a Wednesday, no later than Friday. So all of this is in the backend content under Speaker in a Box. It's under the marketing page. You have to log in to access that. So I do hope that this helps. And I'm going to go ahead and stop